Alrighty folks, rotting bone. This is one really super simple technique, and as I said in the previous, no, that would be previous, wouldn't it? That would be next. That's previous. As I said in the previous video, I'm pretty much just using the Citadel painting app. So you could pretty much open up the app, look for rotting bone, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm not reinventing the wheel for this one. So really nice and simple, and probably a really short video as well. So don't forget, don't want to miss any of these uploads. Hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it. I've got plenty of ideas about what I want to do and what I want to paint, especially with the Conquest magazine. I'm pretty much going to be getting 80 weeks worth of models, where I can just show you how to paint each and every one of them, well, of each type. So keep your eyes out for there. So feel free, subscribe, hit the bell button, you'll be notified every single time. So with that being said, let's get cracking on with Rotten Bone, and yeah, it's really simple. Come on. Alright, so we've got the model here. Nice and simply, we're going to start with a base coat of Rakarth Flesh, which I already have on the palette from a previous video. So I'm just going to use that. The joys of a wet palette, it's still wet, so I don't need to worry about having to thin it, because it already is. And yeah, the bones on this model are pretty much all down the one side. So yeah, nothing special, we're just coating them with a nice thin coat of this Rakarth Flesh, nice and simple. I keep saying that, I do apologise, but it really is just that simple. Hold the model in all sorts of angles. You know, that's the joy of using a holder, whether you're using the actual Citadel one or a piece of blue tack on top of some other suitable holding device. And once you've done it once, go back, do it again. If it's dry, if it's not quite dry, leave it to dry before you're doing this again. Nice and thin paint tends to dry reasonably quickly. And so we'll just go around, base coat it with a nice solid colour of this Rakarth Flesh, and he's done. Nice and simple. I'm just checking actually to make sure there was no other bones on this model, but they are pretty much all on the one side, and we just leave them to dry. And we're coming in with the Rakarth Flesh Agrax Zerfshade, and like I said, I'm just using the Citadel painting app really. The recipe for this is pretty simple. We could have gone crazy and added some greens and stuff into it, but you know, there's no point. There's plenty of green on this model, so nice and simply, obviously as usual, check for pooling. Other than that, just layer down the wash. If it does pool, of course, pull it away, and we'll leave that to dry. And then we're coming in for a nice simple dry brush of Tyrant Skull. Bring in the paper towel. Not really a good idea to put the paper towel on the wet palette, it does kind of soak up a little bit. But I'm back again with this Citadel starter brush. I really do like this brush. I've said before, this will trash your brushes. But this Citadel starter brush I got free with the magazine. And it's really good actually. It's a really good brush for dry brushing small details, because you can get the dry brush like you said here. We are getting just the tips of the horns. We're not kind of dry brushing the whole thing. It's nice and, you know, just the tip. And you know, this Citadel starter brush really does let you get just to the end there without being too big of a brush that you get all over the place. So we're just doing that, making sure we leave all the Agrax in the recesses, and there we go. And it really is that simple. Lovely. And there he is. He's done. It's really super simple. Technically, actually, at the time of recording this, I've already finished the model. So if you have a look on my Instagram, you'll already be able to see it. But yeah, Rotting Bone, it's really that simple. Just a base, a shade, and a dry brush. As I said, this model, I'm doing it with the intention of being really easy. So I hope you all agree with that. If you like it, please thumbs up, let me know that you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and leave a comment behind as well. If you've got ideas about what models you want to see me paint, or if you're having a trouble with a specific technique or a specific part of a model, again, feel free, throw them in the comments. I can start a list of all the videos that you guys actually want to see, rather than me hoping that I'm getting it right. If I am getting it right, feel free, let me know as well, and that means it gives me a real boost to keep cracking at this, and I'm really enjoying doing it. With that being said, don't forget the subscribe button and the bell button next to it if you want to carry on watching all of my videos as they come along. And also at the end of this video you can see, you can go down and have a look at all my links to my various social media. You'll find me on the internet somewhere. And also, if you want to help support the channel, the Patreon link is down there as well. Don't feel obliged to do anything like that. Do so at your leisure. And I'll say thank you for watching this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra.